Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, feels like it's been forever, but the Nightcap is back. It's Friday night. Mike and Mike on the air. Viewer discretion is highly advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly. I am the Mike that likes to mouth off. I am, in fact, mouthing off with Mike. And of course, it's not a Friday night without a little bit of some Mike and Mike at night. I got the Prez from Boom Broadcasting. I got good brother Mike Davis in the house. What's going on tonight? Sir Prez, I pledge allegiance to the president, my real president of the Boom Broadcasting in the United States of America. Michael Davis, how are you tonight, brother?
Dude, I am great. It's been a long time, and dude, I think you and I have both been hurting to get back on and yap about the graps. 8 days till WrestleMania.
8 days. You see it right there, ladies and gentlemen. You see the timer. The days remaining here until we get to the biggest event of WWE, the Super Bowl. And it certainly is priced certainly like a Super Bowl this year in Vegas. But we are 8 days away from tonight, from WrestleMania Night 1 next Saturday night. And we have some answers to those questions that we have been asking for weeks here. What matches are going to be on Night 1? What matches are going to be on Night 2? Who's making the WrestleMania card and who's getting left off? We got a lot to cover here tonight. And thanks to the Prez, tonight's Nightcap is basically a ticking time bomb because we are actually on a time crunch. So without further ado, folks, I could keep yapping. Mike, let's start off. What's going on with Randy Orton and his WrestleMania hopes? Because Randy Orton kicked off the show and we still don't know who Randy's taking on at Mania.
Dude, I'm a little curious about this because obviously there's unfortunate news about Kevin Owens. He's going to miss this year's WrestleMania. There's even reports that he might miss next year's WrestleMania. I mean, all of this is uncertain. Hopefully Kevin Owens gets better soon. But Randy Orton, it looked like they teased Nick Aldis. And then it looked like they teased Solo Sikoa. And then there's like rumors and reports that maybe it's Aleister Black returning. But, dude, I wouldn't mind Randy Orton and Nick Aldis. Aldis having his WrestleMania moment, especially after Randy Orton decided to drop Mickie James's name in a promo tonight. Out of pocket.
Out of pocket. That's usually at 5:30 Eastern time on Boom Broadcasting. So, so just making sure. I think you know the guy who hosts that show. Anyway, we have no clarity. Randy Orton, unfortunately, speedy recovery to Kevin Owens. We saw a lot of interviews this week with KO. It's Chris Van Vliet, talking a little bit about, just the injury, how long he's been dealing with it. So shout out to KO, man. He's an absolute trooper. He's been dealing with this injury for months now. The match with Cody Rhodes, the match with Sami Zayn, that neck was lingering there. So speedy recovery to KO. It does open up a door for opportunity for someone on SmackDown to take on Randy Orton and the future Hall of Famer that he is. I want Nick Aldis, Mike. I think the people want Nick Aldis. I think the fans last week kind of thought, all right, it's going to be Nick Aldis. Tonight, Solo Sikoa gets into the mix. A main event tag match is made with Solo and Tama Tonga versus Randy and LA Knight. We'll touch on it a little bit later, but it doesn't answer that question yet. So I guess wait until next Friday? Wait until Monday? I have no idea. How do I know?
Dude, maybe it's a last minute, like, Randy Orton shows up to WrestleMania, who's my opponent, and then Nick Aldis just rips off the suit and comes and just puts him in national
tearaway
treasure.
suit. He's got the tearaway suit, baby, like they used to have the rip-off pants, sweats. He's got just a button suit on the side, just ripping on off. I mean, I could see it. I see it. We've seen it happen in the past. John Cena, open challenge. It was answered by The Undertaker. Randy Orton, open challenge at WrestleMania, is answered by Nick Aldis, Aleister Black, or they decide to go Solo Sikoa. I guess that's the three. I think that's the three you could look at here. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. The Viper can't be left off another WrestleMania. That's for damn sure.
This will be number 20.
This will be number 20. That's a huge accolade. Can we talk about the Miz's promo from tonight? Sean, we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. We got the number one contenders women's tag title gauntlet match. Lyra and Bayley run the gauntlet, Mike. They defeat Bayley and Lyra started at number one in this match tonight. They defeated the likes of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. They defeated the likes of Natty and Maxine Dupree. They went on to then defeat Kaden and Katana. And then they went ahead and defeated the Secret Hervis of Piper and Alba Fire. Mike, thoughts on Bayley and Lyra as your number one contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, taking on Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania?
Does this just feel like they didn't have anything for Bayley and they didn't have anything for the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria? And they're like, hey, we actually have women's tag team titles that instead of putting Bayley versus Lyra, let's mishmash this tag team that doesn't make any sense. And let's have them run the gauntlet and challenge Liv and Raquel. I'm glad they're getting on WrestleMania, but it was kind of obvious once we saw the gauntlet announced that, you're going to put your two bigger stars in a random tag team to get them on the show. It feels like very Vinnie Mac of WWE booking right now.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Here's where I kind of get led a little kind of like, this kind of irritates me. Roxanne is on SmackDown tonight. She has a match with Tiffany later on. Roxanne is on SmackDown. You tease this whole thing with her and Bayley. You decide to go in the direction of the Women's Intercontinental Champion tagging with Bayley after Bayley lost to her for the said title about a week ago. Then you retcon all that, you wrap it up, and you give them the number one contenders for the women's tag titles. Not criticizing the talent, criticizing the logic of Triple H and the creative decisions here. That aside, you like you said, you can't have WrestleMania without Lyra and Bayley, but you're getting one women's mid-card champion on the show, and you're leaving Chelsea Green off of it in lieu of a 6-woman tag match next Friday, the Friday before WrestleMania SmackDown. So shout out to Lyra and Bayley for running the gauntlet. I enjoyed the match tonight. There was some good action. I feel like Shayna and Zoe were kind of right there, but then again, they've had no steam behind their engines right now over the last couple months. Maxine and Natty, another thrown together tag team.
Natalia's dreams get crashed because Maxine Dupree just has like a brain fart in the middle of the ring.
I don't even understand what that was. I mean, I get it because Maxine's a rookie and, Natty's the vet. So, like, I see what they could paint there, but, like, that's a Raw match coming down the pipeline for this Monday night, I have a feeling. Aaron says, I have a proposal. All the Boom guys start a local wrestling show. That actually has been an idea that has been floated to me by a friend of a friend, where we get in the ring for charity. We'll see what happens. Happy Friday, everybody. I got notes for tonight. Can't wait. Derek, it is so great to see you here on a nightcap with us, hanging out with us on a Friday night. And of course, our frequent flyer, our number one shot caller, Logan James. He's watching New Japan Pro Wrestling tonight. Yeah, Windy City Riot, baby. Chicago. I don't really know what else to say about this one, Mike. I'm confused on the booking. I would have liked to seen Lyra defend the title against Bayley and Roxanne in a 3-way.
Ooh, you could have had that. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea Green goes to Nick Aldis and gets her and Piper added into the match, because Chelsea didn't get pinned tonight, and she wants to be on the WrestleMania card. And so instead of having her defend the U.S. women's title, she just gets her and Piper added in, and we get a triple threat women's tag team match.
I'm down with it. More women on the show, man. I think, what are we at? We have Jade, Naomi. We have Rhea, Bianca, Io, Tiffany, Charlotte, women's tag title. So we have 4 women's matches between 2 nights of WrestleMania. So a little underwhelming there, Triple H. I mean, you could have sprinkled in 2 more women's matches. You could have had 6 women's matches across both nights of WrestleMania. You could have had 3 women's matches a night. I'm just saying. You had 2 women's mid-card titles, you have tag titles, and you have 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, huge ball drop. We'll get into it. Priest and McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. I like it, Mike. Stipulation match here at WrestleMania Sunday.
Well, I really like it because this is going to allow Damian Priest to really shine. Drew McIntyre's been a huge part of WrestleMania the last 5 years, whether it was, I believe he wrestled Bobby Lashley one year. Obviously, Drew McIntyre winning the COVID Mania. And then you had last year against Seth Rollins. And then, 5 minutes later, guess who cashes in? Damian Priest.
5 minutes and 14 seconds to be precise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut McIntyre 14 seconds short. My bad.
It's about as long as I'm lasting as champion in the ring.
Hey, I'm just going for 5:15,
Dude, I'm
Priest and McIntyre,
solid 2 minutes.
Priest and McIntyre is going to be awesome. This is a match 1 year in the making, and I don't know, like, I feel like every WrestleMania needs like a legitimate, hardcore, Extreme Rules, no holds barred type of match. And of all the matches that are there, this fits it the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we look at WrestleMania last year, we had a couple we had a Philly Street Fight last year for WrestleMania with the Final Testament and the Hurt Business version 2 with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. So I'm not surprised that we got something like this again. I think we needed it. I think it'll cut through some of the kind of same old with a lot of what we're seeing on WrestleMania. I think these two have a chance at the end of the weekend to say maybe they were match of the weekend. There's also another match on WrestleMania that I think, hot take, Rey Mysterio and Grande Americano could be a match of the year candidate. Sleeper match on that show, man. Gives me a callback to Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle. New age Kurt Angle versus the never aging fountain of youth, Rey Mysterio. I could see it. Could be a banger. I think this one will be too.
That'll be awesome, especially for El Grande Americano's debut match at WrestleMania. Like, dude, that is next level stuff right there. And against Rey Mysterio too. I mean, dude, this is probably like the fastest rising star, even more so than Penta, even more so than Rey Fenix. I mean, El Grande Americano has a one-on-one match with WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. Like, Dominic Mysterio didn't even get this opportunity this quickly against his father at WrestleMania. Like, no. Kudos.
I do have to feel bad. I do have to feel bad for the leader of American Made, Chad Gable, not making WrestleMania again when he should have been in that IC title hunt last year. Again this year, he's left off of WrestleMania. Poor guy. He's sitting in the old you-know-what chair of WrestleMania. That one's for our good friend Chano at Four Sides of the Ring. Love you, brother. Rey Fenix and Berto have themselves what I like to call, Mike. What do I like to call these kind of matches? You remember? Starts with an L, has another L. A little lucha lusciousness here tonight on SmackDown. Rey Fenix, man. God, I love that, man. I love you, Rey Fenix. Berto looked good here tonight, Prez. What do you got on this one?
Dude, I have not seen a lot of Berto in one-on-one action ever since the pandemic, and he was getting introduced. He was still young. And so seeing him in the ring with somebody who we know can go is incredible. And I think with Rey Fenix, what is special about him right now is if he joined WWE 10 years ago, he would be put into the Sin Cara box. Like, you can do all these moves, but we're going to make you conducive to the WWE style. They're letting Rey Fenix go out there, call the match, do what he feels best and most comfortable doing. And dude, sky is the limit with Rey Fenix. I don't even know if there is a limit. I don't know if there is a sky, because man, oh man, that Mexican muscle buster.
Ooh,
Oh, I mean, what in
ooh.
the world is that? Now, I do
I'll
want
be
to see
barking
him
at the
do
screen.
I do want to see him do like a top rope finish on like maybe a bigger opponent and add that to his repertoire. But oh my gosh, like if we're getting Rey Fenix and Berto, and then they tease like Rey Fenix and Santos Escobar, oh, Phoenix versus King Cuerno, sign me up.
So, dude, listen, there's so many good. Like, wait till we get Andrade in the mix. We finally got to see Andrade on TV for only a minute tonight, talking to Berto after the loss to Ray. Doesn't want to show respect to Phoenix. Santos shows a lot of respect. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade takes over Delgado, takes over Berto and Angel. Santos goes on his own merry way. Santos doesn't need to be the mouthpiece for these guys. It was a great match, contained various elements of Lucha Libre. Glad they displayed it tonight. I agree. Ray versus El Grande Americano and Jade Cargill versus Naomi will be great undercard WrestleMania matches. I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna give that to you, Derek, because Naomi turning heel was the right decision, was the best creative decision on this road to WrestleMania that has taken a lot of detours, a lot of side quests. I truthfully feel after the promos and the repackaging we have seen as Naomi should be a women's champion in the year of 2025. I am buying stock of Naomi like the stock market went down this week. I am buying like crazy while her stock is on the up and up, because stock in Naomi right now, with the way she is, with these promos tonight, with the razor blades in her hair, proceed with caution. Jade also putting on some great promo work these last couple weeks. But man, oh man, Prez, I am 1,000,000% bought in on Naomi.
Wow. I mean, that is high praise. And you look at, recent years, especially last year, Liv Morgan making a bit of a character shift and that elevating her into the main event title picture and winning the championship. I could see something like that elevating Naomi. And I'll be honest, I was a little concerned with Naomi as a heel, just because I didn't know if she could do it. She's been a babyface pretty much her entire career. You look at Jade Cargill or Naomi, I feel like Jade Cargill would be more the natural heel just with the way she comes across. But when you had Jade Cargill attacked, and then there was the debate between Bianca Belair and Naomi, I'm sure Creative had a long, hard discussion about what they wanted to do for WrestleMania. I thought they were going with the Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill dream match, but they went the Naomi route. They put Bianca in the title picture, the triple threat, and I feel like they were scared to make Bianca Belair a heel this soon, permanently. And so they went with Naomi, who was probably getting closer to stale with her character work. And now with the heel turn, it really has revitalized her career and given her like a new layer in what I call the onion. Because onions have layers and ogres have layers. And Naomi
You're watching
added another
you're watching a
layer.
lot of Shrek, huh, bud? A lot of Shrek here.
I love Shrek.
Oh my
Greatest
God.
romantic movie of all time.
Oh my God. He said, you've been reading my notes about Naomi? That was my exact thoughts about Naomi. Derek, yeah, great minds think alike, baby. We're on the same brainwave. You know how it is. I can't wait, man. Derek's going to be out here for Double or Nothing. Yeah, dude. So we are in the Valley of the Sun for Double or Nothing for AEW. So I'm excited to finally get to meet up with my man Derek and watch some graps and shoot the breeze about wrestling, man. It's gonna be a great time, man. May, we're on the lookout, baby. Mike, Double or Nothing's out here, brother. We can get you out here. I got a nice couch for you, bro.
That is
nice
tempting.
Shrek.
That is tempting.
It's tempting. Don't worry. I'll let you be Little Spoon. Don't worry. Naomi. Chef's kiss. No notes. Great promo tonight from the American Nightmare, Mike. I like it. Displaying the various generations of championships, a little bit of some callback to Eddie Guerrero, the legends that have held all those versions of the title. I like this tonight, man. And we're talking a little bit about this, in the group chat today. And I said, look, there's no better person than Cody Rhodes on the mic in this era of professional wrestling. Cody sold this match. John Cena showed up 4 times, technically. So 4 times. Cena sold the match with some of his promos. They went back and forth a few times, Mike. We've seen it. Everyone's seen it. I don't have to rehash it. But when Cena's not there, Cody has elevated this that much more. And I don't think this match feels as important without Cody making it feel important for not only us, the fans, for him, and for John Cena himself.
I was thinking the same thing that this is weird territory for us. Like John Cena, like not being there to promote a WrestleMania. It just doesn't feel like John Cena, but it works with the character. Somebody who is just always there, hustle, loyalty, respect. Now he doesn't care about the fans. And he's like, even on my retirement tour, I'm not going to see you. And I'm not going to show up. And I'm going to come out at WrestleMania and try to win a 17th world title. Cody is trying to build a WrestleMania main event, not for night 1, but for night 2. You're trying to build the most important match of the weekend on the biggest show of the year by yourself, pretty much. And John Cena has done work on the Raw on Netflix with some promos, especially internationally. But yeah, John Cena has been more absent, and Cody's promo tonight, dude, I loved bringing all those titles back. Like it just made everything feel so much bigger, and really realize like, hey, like if you are a nostalgic fan and you're coming back to WWE, like here is the history of what Cody represents now and what he's fighting for at WrestleMania. I thought it was incredible. I mean, this promo, I don't know if people realize it now, but this promo is going to be displayed on WWE socials for years and years to come because of the visual that the championships brought to this moment.
100%, Mike. When we look at the WrestleMania card, a lot of fans have been very critical on the build to WrestleMania. A lot of fans have said it doesn't feel like WrestleMania. But anytime Cody steps in that ring and he opens his mouth and he gets on that mic, it feels like WrestleMania. It feels like a big match feel. It feels like there's going to be a big fight Sunday night, WrestleMania Sunday. I agree. The historical references of the past champions, even Cena, little spin of the old spinner right there on live TV. That is a big sell of this championship match. It just goes to show you that Cody, I've said this for years, Mike. I've had mouthing off with Mike for 2 years. I said it in year 1 when Cody was on his route to Rhodes to WrestleMania against Roman Reigns at 39, and he lost. I said, Cody Rhodes is the John Cena of whatever era you want to classify this era of WWE, the Triple H, the Paul Levesque, the reality era, the Renaissance era, the Revolution era, whatever you want to call it. It starts with Cody Rhodes as the guy, as the face of this company. And like Shannon said on an episode of Quick Hits, the reason we can get John Cena as this corporate shill, evil SOB that you now hate, that we all love. I've got how many different John Cena towels hanging up around me, Funkos, yada, yada, yada. John Cena can be this character now because Cody is here. Shout out to Podcast Smitty for breaking that down on Quick Hits a couple weeks ago, back in the post-elimination chamber video. But that right there was what sold it for me and made me realize, you know what? I've been right all along. It was always Cody Rhodes. And it will be Cody Rhodes for the next as many years as it is. And he mentioned it for the next 20 years. This is not about me. This is about the next 20 years of champions. The Sean's kids in NXT, the ID kids, the Evolve kids. So great stuff, Cody. We've got 2 more episodes, Raw, SmackDown next week to hear from Cody. John's going to be back next Friday. We'll see what happens, I guess.
See what happens. I'm excited for it.
I'm amped up. We got Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez tonight. Now, kind of going back to the beginning of SmackDown, Perez, Charlotte attacked Tiffany in the parking lot. Tiffany beats Roxanne. Charlotte attacks her again. I think after last week's promo battle between these two, there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event, or I should say the co-main event of Saturday night, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. It's time. But why Roxanne Perez tonight? Why have her in this?
Well, I'm not opposed to that, because you do need Roxanne Perez, who is a new superstar, to have matches. And for her to go up against another NXT product like Tiffany Stratton, I wasn't upset with Roxanne Perez getting this opportunity tonight on SmackDown. And dude, I am dude, I don't see losing as such a bad thing. You know, Roxanne Perez being able to go up against the champion in a losing effort. Hey, you know what? I'll take that any day, especially for your 3rd match on the main roster.
Yeah, but at the same time, we have no clear, like, it's clear and evident Roxanne is coming to the main roster following WrestleMania. So the question remains is will this Tuesday on NXT provide us clarity on where Roxanne will be and where she's wrestling WrestleMania weekend? Is she going to be on Stand and Deliver? Is she somehow going to get slotted into WrestleMania, which I highly doubt? There's no room for her on that card. So means she's going back to Stand and Deliver for one more match. And this was like the, hey, here's your future. Get a load of your SummerSlam match, Roxanne versus Tiffany Stratton. Could that have just been a preview of things to come, a foretelling of the future here by Triple H?
Potentially. I mean, that would be looking into it a little bit deeper than I looked into this match. I was just like, hey, the live attendance probably got a banger.
Yeah, that was a good match. Like, let's talk about the match itself. That was a great match. I mean, Roxanne could have a match with a broomstick. I mean, Tiffany's pretty solid in the ring. There's a couple things that, obviously she's working out, but I mean, a good Friday Night SmackDown match nonetheless. Women tonight on SmackDown, they got the no complaints from me, man. Almost an hour gauntlet match to start this match. Women's segments throughout. I mean, good work on building the women going into WrestleMania, I guess, here. B-Fab, Candice LeRae, anyone in that spot but the Prodigy. Yeah, I mean, that's another valid statement. And then she referenced that too tonight, Sean. Roxanne saying, look, I'm a runner-up of the Royal Rumble, so that's why I'm here on SmackDown to talk to Nick Aldis about a match. And, we end up getting Tiffany versus her, but neither here nor there. Let's talk about some quick, let's do some quick kind of rattle-offs. Sean mentioned earlier, Miz, Mello, backstage interaction with the Street Profits after it's announced the Profits do not make WrestleMania. Motor City Machine Guns and the Profits have a tag title match next Friday on the SmackDown Before Mania. In short words here, Mike, talk to me about this. How do you feel?
I feel like the tag titles should be on the card. I would personally prefer the WWE Tag Team Championships over the World Tag Team Championships
100%
on
agree.
WrestleMania. And the work that the Street Profits have done, not only to get these titles back after 4 or 5 years, and now they're just left off WrestleMania against the Mercy Machine Guns, who you guys built up for months and months as, hey, the hottest tag team coming into WWE in the last 10, 20 years, and they're left off WrestleMania too. I mean, I get it. SmackDown, like, to get those butts and seats and make sure, like, SmackDown's not empty, because everybody wants to spend their money on WrestleMania. I get having SmackDown booked as well, but dude, come on, man. Like, Street Profits,
I'm gonna tell you what it is right up.
You got it.
It's bullshit. It is. It's utter BS. the Motor City Machine Guns are one of the most decorated tag teams in professional wrestling history. Right, Mike? Can you agree to this sentiment?
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite tag teams, their favorite tag team are the Motor City Machine Guns. This is their first year in WWE, and we can't slot them in. The Profits just come off the biggest win of the last 5 years for these guys. You can't slot them in. Apparently, Mania is going to be 9 hours a night. There's 6 matches slated or 7 matches a night slated. You mean to tell me you couldn't have just said, F it. 8 matches night 1, 8 matches night 2, call it good. Or do 7 and 8 and have one match run longer on one of the nights. Get these guys. They should have been on Mania. I agree with Sean. Profits in the Miz and Mello would have been perfect for SmackDown. As well as New Day and War Raiders could have been on Raw this coming Monday. Whatever.
Dude, couldn't we have brought back like a kickoff match? Maybe not even that Saturday, but at least for a Sunday. Like, just put in the tag team titles, put in the U.S. women's title, and call it a day, especially if you're going to have your kickoff, like, 3 hours?
Yeah, I mean, I think doors open for WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. I think show starts at 4. I think doors, from what I saw online, was like 2 Pacific.
But the main card starts at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so 4 Pacific.
So it's
just a 3-hour talk fest.
Which, dude, I don't know. I'm not going to be watching that 3-hour pre-show. Like, let's put all these video. We might need to do something.
I mean, let's be real here. I might be watching WrestleMania at a watch party somewhere on a strip, or I might be in the 300 level WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. I don't know at this current moment. All I know is I have a hotel, I got tickets for WWE World, and we are in Vegas starting Thursday for WrestleMania week. So make sure you go to @MOWM_podcast to catch Mouthing Off with Mike and Mrs. take on yet another WrestleMania. So we'll see if we're even there in the building for this one. But should have been on the card. Let's get to it. Main event of SmackDown, made earlier by Mr. Nick Aldis. LA Knight. Yeah. Randy Orton, the Viper, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga. I don't know why we went in this direction tonight. Are we really going to go Randy and Solo? Like, are we doing Randy and Solo at WrestleMania? Because I don't know how I feel about this right now.
Well, obviously, you have to hit a huge plan B after Kevin Owens and his injury. And Solo, like, over the last year, was trying to be booked as the next tribal chief, and then Jacob Fatu shows up, and lo and behold, Jacob Fatu outshines Solo Sikoa. And so Solo, even after like his Roman Reigns feud, has kind of been on the back burner, and you can sense it. I feel like you could get a story better for Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa if Solo's left off the WrestleMania card altogether. And seeing Jacob Fatu in that prime match, and seeing Jacob Fatu win his first singles title on the main roster. I mean, I feel like you could play on that jealousy for Solo Sikoa. Like, he's supposed to be the tribal chief. He was supposed to be next in line. He was supposed to be on WrestleMania, and Jacob Fatu is. But if you put Solo against Randy Orton, then you could argue Solo had the bigger match at WrestleMania, for better or worse. So that's why I'm really leaning towards Nick Aldis just ripping off the suit and saying, hey, Randy Orton, we got you. Rather than having Solo Sikoa wrestle Randy Orton. But I don't know, dude. This is interesting. But it felt like this whole match was set up to make Jacob Fatu look stronger than Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, I mean, Wrestling Logic Booking 101 states that if the champion goes into the premium event weak and gets attacked by their opponent, that typically means the champion is retaining. I don't think that wrestling stereotype gets fulfilled this go around, because Jacob Fatu, that man's leaving Vegas with the United States Championship on his shoulders, on his waist. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm sorry, LA Knight, I love you. Yeah, everywhere. My man Jacob Fatu's leaving WrestleMania with that U.S. title. Maybe he'll go hit up a Waffle House. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Who do you think is going to win at WrestleMania? Bianca, Io, or Rhea? Kaz OG is saying Bianca. Well, Kaz, I mean, you might have to just tune into Michael Davis here and his show, Drop the Mic, for his WrestleMania predictions. You may also have to tune into Mouthing Off with Mike for my predictions to get that answer. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, Kaz. I'm going to save that one here for early next week. So go subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. Go check out all the Boom Boys when it comes to their WrestleMania predictions. I'm sure you're doing Mania predictions, right, Prez?
Oh, we got some content cooking up here on the YouTube channel for Boom Broadcasting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some things. And Drew Code says he thinks Sky is gonna walk out a winner. Shout out to Drew Code Sports. Shout out to you, good brother, man. He has been such an incredible just what a dude, man. Just all the love and support. Much love to Drew Code. Well, Mike, you remember when we started the Nightcap? All those feels like an eternity ago. July, and we had a segment on the Nightcap that kind of got forgotten about. It kind of was like the booking sometimes for wrestling, where you forget about a storyline and you inevitably work your way back. Well, I'm gonna work our way back here, folks, because it is time for the last call. Obviously, the Nightcap, right? A Nightcap, a drink, last call at the bar, right? It's the last call, ladies and gentlemen. I beg this question to Mike and to all of you viewing. Did Triple H fail the women's mid-card champions for WrestleMania? Prez?
Maybe, yeah. It's hard. I mean, I get it. Lyra is teaming with Bayley in this mishmash tag team. Why not just have Bayley wrestle Lyra for the title? Duh. That would be so easy. Chelsea Green, you're building her up. Why is she not on it? But to be fair, there has never been a huge mid-card presence on WrestleManias. Like, I'm shocked we get a Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way for the men. I'm surprised we get a U.S. title one-on-one match for the men. Like, I'm surprised that we're getting these, and there's only so many matches to go around for WrestleMania, so I get it, but at the same time, you can do, like, if you're going to do, like, a 3-hour kickoff show, are you meaning to tell me you can't throw 2 matches in there? And those would be the 2 matches. It doesn't make sense, man.
No, it really doesn't. And here's the thing, man. For months, for years, we begged Triple H, WWE, we need women's mid-card titles. We finally get them this year. Chelsea, Lyra, the inaugural champions. Poor Lyra has only really been on TV mostly the last few weeks. We haven't really seen much of her as the champ. She's had 2 title defenses. She's had a handful of backstage promos. I have no reason. I don't know who Lyra is besides she is she channels the what is it? The spirit of the bird, from Ireland, Irish folklore, whatever, right? Chelsea Green has gotten over and she's gotten more popular with the title. So why wasn't there a similar thing done for Lyra and Chelsea? Now, here we are. Lyra is tagging with Bayley going into WrestleMania. The IC title is now locked up. Chelsea's having a 6-woman tag match on the Friday Night SmackDown before WrestleMania against Zelina and the Party Girls, Kaden and Katana. So, now call me stupid, Prez, please. Wouldn't the easiest solution have just been Lyra Bayley rematch WrestleMania night 1, Chelsea Zelina match US title night 2?
Yeah.
Couldn't have been that simple. Easily. I'll even take, hear me out, I'll even take one of those titles being defended on the SmackDown before WrestleMania, even though that kind of stings a little bit. I'll take that. Just as that's our time. I'll just take that. That's our time. with the timer set. I mean, that's it. That's all the time we got, I guess, tonight, folks. So I guess you're going to have to tune in to Drop the Mic this week. You're going to have to tune into Mouthing Off with Mike this week to hear the rest of these thoughts. Can't wait for the big prediction show next week to see who everyone picks. Shout out to Sean. Rematch with Bayley versus Valkyria or Chelsea versus Alina. Should have happened. Women's mid-card title should have been on the line here. Prez, tell the people what's cooking down the pipeline. Let's get out of here.
Well, you want to tune into our socials because, again, we're getting some big things cooking up for WrestleMania week. And so we're not only having nightcaps, hopefully, this week, but we also have some huge things happening for WrestleMania. I will have a Drop the Mic episode with a first-time guest, and we're going to have wrestling content throughout the week. So we're going a little rogue on our usual podcast schedule to provide you more wrestling content. So you'll definitely want to subscribe and tell your friends.
100%, folks. And I'll tell you what's cooking here for Mouthing Off with Mike. It has been a long time since I have been able to post some content here for my channel. So I am finally posting some content here for my channel on Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. I will have my WrestleMania predictions coming at you early next week. And I will also have my NXT Stand and Deliver predictions coming at you early next week. And of course, Boom Broadcasting will have their predictions. We've got a nightcap next Monday. We might have a nightcap next Friday, but I might be doing it from the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Folks, this has been the Nightcap. I am your host, Mouthing Off with Mike. That right there is
Michael Davis. Also, shout out MOWM for your 2-year anniversary. Much love.
Much love, brother. Appreciate you guys. Till the next 2 years, till the next time, we'll see you here on the Nightcap. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Bye, guys. Have you seen Alexa Bliss in the Wyatt Six?